still needs to be healed. The memory of foul ball still weighing them down. Yet this time they'll rise, wearing victory's crown. Every swing is a promise, every throw a vow. Defeat is behind them, it's victory now. For the Razorbacks' pride, they fight strong and brave to right the wrongs. This one's for Dave. Omaha's fight, where legends are made. The hearts are here, their is pain. In the heartland they gather, from far and from near. Each pitch is electric, a crowd full of tears. The Hawkins all here, no tigers around. In Omaha's glory, true champions are crowned. We play for the glory, we play for the pride. Those Power Walker fans stay by our side. The dreams in our town, we're feeling brave. We'll win this championship, do it for a day. Through every end, through every play, we'll give it all. This is our day. Holding that trophy, it's our time to say, this one's for you. We did it for Dave.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Now, how about that intro here on a Fastball Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Hey, we are live in Omaha, Nebraska at DJ's Dugout. Tommy, I could throw a rock at the team hotel right now. Cool thing they're doing today. So we know Cam Kojal is from here. They're practicing at his old high school today. How about that?
That's got to get you in the fields.
Yeah.
Of Cam Kojal and his family.
Cam was a little emotional yesterday. Dave Van Horn also got a chance to hear from him. We'll hear from both those players in addition to first-team All-SEC pitcher and your starting guy tomorrow night, Zach Root. But there's a lot of cool things about being here in Omaha. Tommy, I know that you've been here. A lot of history, LSU incorporated in many of those games over the years. And, again, an opportunity to knock down one of the big dogs tomorrow night at Charles Schwab Field.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun as the town really gets going today with the start of the College World Series. It is a Fastball Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. You know, the big focus in America today is on your health, and more people are looking to go beyond steroids and surgery and downtime to relieve their pain. That's where QC Kinetics can give you lasting joint pain relief using all natural treatments that harness your body's own healing powers. We'll tell you more throughout the morning, but if surgery, drugs, and downtime is what your doctors prescribe, there's a better way. Call our friends at QC Kinetics right here in Northwest Arkansas, 479-999-1234. That's 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
You know, Cam's been one of your most important players this season. He might be your best hitter here in the last 6 to 7 weeks, but it wasn't all perfect. I know Bubba's talked about him as a transfer. I've heard him on the broadcast and everything. And this team is constructed, if you think about it, I think 8 of their 9 guys in the lineup, Tommy, are transfer players. Now, Behiva came over, I guess, 2 years ago from Sac State. That's pretty par for the course now in college baseball. You think about Zach Root, who's your ace. He's a transfer player. But, it's again, the road is not always easy. Dave Van Horn kind of went into Cam's journey yesterday, and obviously it's going to be talked about here in Omaha. But listen to kind of how it started in fall ball and where it is now.
He didn't have a good fall at all, and he'll tell you that. It bothered him a lot. I think he felt like he was letting people down, and, it wasn't in the starting lineup at the end of fall ball. But then when he came back, so we did a lot of talking with him. Coach Thompson did a lot of talking with our offensive coach, and, just about relax. You're here now. You're better than that. We know you are. It's going to be fine. And then after he came back from the holidays, it just seemed different. And then you're like, wow, okay, there he is. That's the guy right there,
And I wonder, as I heard that yesterday, and we'll hear from, again, Cam and Zach coming here in just a bit, the word that Dave used was relief following the Tennessee win a week ago on a Sunday. And I wonder, does this team play even more loose now that they at least got to this point? Because there was a lot of pressure for them to make it out of Fayetteville. We know what happened the last 2 years. Tennessee comes to town, the defending national champion. You know the history between Dave and Tony. Now Dave has a 13-2 record. But I just wonder, as I listen to that, I listen to them talk about playing loose and being here, what kind of help maybe, what kind of added value that could be for them here in these next few days in Omaha, Nebraska.
Well, I mean, being uptight, nervous about it, and, to me, nerves come from, a little bit of lack of confidence. It's okay to have butterflies.
Yeah.
But at some point when the first pitch is thrown and, whew, that was 98, then you got to get back into instinct, right? I think we get nervous and we lack confidence, and because that really goes together, right? When are you nervous? When you're not very confident that the outcome's going to go your way. So, and I don't think this is a team that lacks confidence. So I don't think nerves are a big part of it. There'll be some butterflies early, but I think once you get to an inning or two, both LSU and Arkansas will both settle in and do what got them here.
So what are your thoughts on the game today? You can call or text us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Obviously, they'll play tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The College World Series gets underway today. You've got, again, a wide variety. This is a little different than it's been recently with the SEC. And you still got two SEC teams. But really, Tommy, you look across the United States, I mean, you got teams from all over the place here in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, and I was looking at a map someone had on Facebook or Twitter or somewhere that it showed the Coastal Carolina piece and showed the Arkansas and the LSU piece, and just went from East Coast to West Coast all the way out to Oregon State and UCLA and and Murray State in the upper Midwest, and there is a section or a part of this country that has a team they can at least attach themselves to. I don't think America turns to this. I think it's still a Southern sport. It's people that enjoy college baseball, but there is, in every time zone, there's a team represented, and I think that will lead to, people across the country staying tuned into this thing.
Now, we didn't necessarily get some thoughts on the game tomorrow, but Brian and Alma and Jeff in Farmington want to know, Cole, what is the title to the song that you eloquently composed to bring?
That's Do It for Dave, baby.
Do It for Dave. Yeah. Do It for Dave. They got asked yesterday, the team did, about just winning a natty for DBH. Here's what Cam Kojal and Zach Root said about that.
It'd mean the world to him, and it'd mean the world to us to, be the first team to get it done for him. He's one of the best coaches in the business, and it shows everyone respects him and everyone thinks of him as one of the best. So there's just one last thing that's missing from his trophy case, and we're going to go get it for him.
Couldn't have said any better. Let's get the job done.
What a great Father's Day weekend present would be for a win over LSU.
Yeah.
Being 1-0. That'd be a great Father's Day weekend gift for Dave.
I think Dave would take that over any materialistic item. And Cam kind of had that. Cam was asked that same question about his dad, being that, again, grew up here. I think if I saw correctly, Cam's dad is still on the grounds crew at Charles Schwab Field. So obviously you hadn't beat LSU in postseason. You lost to him earlier this year. But when that question was asked, what I found, Tommy, was funny, and I don't know if you watched it. Dave starts smiling and shaking his head. Here's what I took out of that. I took out a guy that he feels like some of this stuff has been well, the players need to do it for me. This is a guy that's about the program. This is a guy that's about Coach DeBryan and everything that he instilled in him as a player, everything that he instilled in him as a coach. I don't think we have the audio just yet, but at the end of the press conference, at the very tail end, Dave talked about that he wants players that are like him, that love the University of Arkansas. And that's hard to do nowadays with 1- and 2-year guys that are transfer portal players, and the buy-in has to be quicker. But, this is a guy that loves your university. Again, he's been to 8 College World Series here, 2 in Nebraska. We were talking about it before the show. One of the reasons that we think it's going to be pretty evenly divided today is because if you go, and I've asked people that in Creighton hats and Nebraska hats, hey, who are you going for this weekend? Because the Cornhuskers and the Blue Jays aren't in it. They're they're cheering for Dave Van Horn. And that's not always the case for a coach that departs somewhere and goes to another place, but they understood why he was coming back to Fayetteville.
We're with the Hogs every step of the way. We are in Omaha. Our coverage is presented by Mock Legal Solutions. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. By First Star Bank, your hometown bank for all your first is First Star Bank. By USA Fireworks, the #1 wholesale fireworks company. Go to usafireworks.org. That's usafireworks.org. Got to have some barbecue this weekend. Go to Rudy's in Fayetteville, 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time. And by McLarty Daniel. It's never been easier to find your next ride. Experience it for yourself at McLartyDaniel.com.
So not only is the College World Series going on, but we've got the U.S. Open as well at Oakmont, and interesting first day.
Boy, we talk about a rare one. 4th albatross in U.S. Open history since they really started keeping records. I mean, there was nothing fluky about this ball.
Hitting good, but feel like this course is too hard for me.
This is the Morning Rush, and it's time for the opening drive.
So Patrick Reed, I don't know if we're supposed to even mention him or not because I feel like he's one of the most disliked golfers out there, but hits an albatross yesterday on one of the toughest, if not the toughest course in golf. You heard the voice of Siwoo Kim, who was like, I don't even know what I'm doing on this course, which I kind of thought was funny and entertaining. You were talking about, and help me on the first name, Spawn.
JJ.
JJ, he was unbelievable on the green yesterday early on. Koepka's in 3rd, Rahm and Morikawa are in 10th, Spieth's in 19th. Now, I jotted these down about 20 minutes ago, so that might have changed. Scheffler was 1 under par, and then McIlroy was tied for 60th. So you might have a kind of an unknown, unheralded name that comes out of it this weekend in Pennsylvania, Tom.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put any money on J.J. Spawn just because going wire to wire is probably a very unlikely scenario or outcome in this. But I would wonder right now, my thought right now is 4 under right now. If they would just let Spawn sit in the clubhouse for the final 54 holes, is 4 under enough to win it? Because I think we may be seeing, I'd be surprised if it gets much more than 5 or 6, honestly. Weather may or may not play a factor, but yeah, this is going to be a fun watch throughout the weekend. Great news is Arkansas doesn't play on Father's Day Sunday. They play Saturday night. It'll be after the golf is concluded, so you can watch golf, you can watch baseball, and keep an eye on the other half of Arkansas's bracket at the College World Series. But golf's going to perfectly fit into the weekend, and I kind of like watching these guys struggle a little bit. I think it's great for golf to have an event that brings the best to their knees, and that the old phrase of
one of us.
Trust me, we are not one of them. That's for sure. But the court. What is it? The old phrase. The course is not so difficult to embarrass the best golfers in the world, but yet to identify them. And that's what this test of golf will be. It will identify who is the best player, at least for this week in the world.
Well, you mentioned Father's Day weekend. That's obviously something else that people are celebrating this weekend. In addition to some great sporting events, do you have a request here that we could get back to the missus and the kids for Father's Day weekend?
I think I just said I want to watch golf.
Leave me alone. Saturday. It's so funny. I
don't want to watch the Hogs Saturday night, and someone make me a steak, please.
Now, this is not the way in every household, but the dynamics of Mother's Day versus Father's Day, mothers want to be showered, mothers want to be taken out, mothers want to do this, that. And again, this is not the dynamics of every household. And fathers are just like, can I just go out, or can I just be alone? Can I just watch this?
Can I go hang with the boys?
It is so funny.
Can I go play golf with the boys?
Yeah. And this is like one of the biggest tea time weekends of the year because dads who don't get to play that often. I was actually talking with Brian, the GM here at DJ's Dugout, and he's got kiddos now, and he doesn't get to play as much. Talking to another buddy that didn't get to play as much as well. It's harder. It's harder now when you have kids, and you know that. And Colton, you're going to find out here, I guess, in a few months when it comes to occupying your time. But it is funny. I just thought about the dynamics and differences. My dad's probably listening right now, so I'm not going to mention what we got him. But I did tell him yesterday that I think he'll like his Father's Day gift.
Well, I'm going to blend in some trout fishing along with watching some golf and definitely watching baseball. And tonight we can watch the NBA Finals.
Yes.
So it's going to be a full and fun weekend, I think, for a lot of us. All right, that's your opening drive. It's brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custards. They're in Fort Smith, Conway, and in North Little Rock. Get the pick 6 for the weekend. And, Dad, don't share one scoop of it with anybody. Get your 6 favorite flavors, Dad, at Andy's. You can put them in the freezer. They'll be ready to go every few innings. You can slide in there and get about a third of a pint, and it'll get you through the weekend. Every few holes of the U.S. Open, you can go get another bite or two. So it'll be great. And start that today. I bet by the end of the weekend, Dad, you could eat 6 of those pints that you can mix and match with the pick 6 at Andy's Frozen Custards. Again, Fort Smith, Conway, and in North Little Rock. Walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you at Andy's Frozen Custards.
All right, we bring in another father, our buddy Sean with the Fence Man. Sean, what is your festivities entail this Father's Day weekend?
Well, my kids have already done what I was supposed to have for Father's Day. They came during the middle of the week because they're all fathers themselves, so they have some activities going on this weekend. But they kind of got into drinking old fashions, and they bought me an old fashioned smoking kit.
Outstanding! Outstanding!
And I'm telling you, go ahead.
No, I was going to say those are the best. When you get a smoky,
we were
that's even
showing
better.
our jealousy.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I mean, it came with some cherry wood and some oak and some other stuff in there, and I'm going to be burning that smoke up this weekend to try to test it out. So
those be great.
I wouldn't consider myself a classy guy, but if I feel a little classier than usual, I usually drink old fashions because they're outstanding. All right, y'all ready to make some picks? College World Series this weekend. Go over what we did last week.
Better do it.
All right, Fence Man Friday this morning.
Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers won a national championship. They are in the plains of Auburn.
The teal is real. Give me the Chanticleers to go into the plains in Auburn and take.
I also have Coastal Carolina moving on this weekend.
I think Coastal Carolina got a better setup than Auburn, so they're definitely going to win.
West Virginia going to Baton Rouge to take on LSU.
LSU is too good. Give me the tie.
Sean, I've also got LSU advancing.
I'm like you guys, LSU.
Arkansas, Tennessee.
Give me the Razorbacks.
I am going to go with my Hogs.
I'm going to do everyone a favor. I'm going to sacrifice my Fence Man Friday picks and pick Tennessee to move on. So this team will be in Omaha, Nebraska next week.
Thank you.
All right, I guess I'll fall on the sword again this week. But before we get to Arkansas and LSU, let's talk about those Chanticleers who take on Arizona. First game of the day. Jay Johnson's former team, the Arizona Wildcats. Tommy, I like Coastal in this one. This is a team that's won a national championship. Arizona's got a great baseball program too, but I'm going to take the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina to move on.
I'm with you. They're hot right now. I'll take some Coastal as well.
Sean, we rolling with pick last week?
Yes, going to go with Coastal. I actually got them all the way to the end.
Ooh.
Okay, all right. That could be a good one. Louisville at Oregon State. The Cardinals, who Arkansas, by the way, will play in the upcoming ACC Challenge December 3rd, which is a Wednesday. That was confirmed by the SEC yesterday. Tommy, I've got the team from Corvallis advancing. The Beavers beat Louisville later on tonight.
Every Louisville fan I've talked to, which is about 2, they're not very confident.
Scott and Brent.
So I'm going to go with Louisville and root for them.
Skip and Seth, too. Sean, what do we think, man? We're going Beavers or Cardinals in this one?
I watched Louisville play the other day. They did really good, but I think the Beavers have got they've got more than what the Cardinals have to get it done.
Okay. UCLA and Murray State. Murray State, the big underdog this weekend at the College World Series. UCLA, I think, won a title. It was about a decade or a decade and a half ago. Tommy, I've got the Racers. John Morant's former college. I've got them moving on this
what does he have
tomorrow.
To do with it? Yeah.
Well, he's the most notable alum.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going Murray State.
I'll take UCLA.
Sean, we going Bruins or we going Racers in this one?
No, I'm gonna go Murray State. I don't like UCLA at all.
All right.
Zero.
Me
So,
neither. I hope they get O2'd and barbecued this weekend. All right, the game we all know we're all going to be focused on. It's going to be right here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. The Razorbacks and the Tigers. Arkansas, Tommy, yet to beat the Tigers in the postseason. Lost earlier this year in Baton Rouge in that series. Do things change for DVH and this team tomorrow night?
Zach Root owes him one. He left that game in Baton Rouge with the lead. Hogs didn't win. Game played till like 4:30 in the morning or whatever it was, like 1:30 literally. I'll take the Razorbacks over LSU.
Sean, what do we think?
same here. I'm like Tommy. I'm sorry. LSU might beat us at the midnight hour, but they're not going to beat us in prime time. So here we go.
I'm going to sacrifice my points in our picks, and I'm going to take LSU just so Arkansas wins this game tomorrow night. And Zach Room has the performance of his life against LSU. You got a hell of a matchup between him and Cade Anderson. I know Kyle Peterson, Chris Burke, and the rest of us are excited about it. So again, 6 o'clock tomorrow here at Charles Schwab. Hopefully, there's no weather here in these next couple of days that impact anything. Tommy.
Yeah, Sean. I don't know how popular fences are for Father's Day gifts, but if someone wanted to give Dad a fence for Father's Day, I'm sure you could make it happen.
Oh yeah, it would be if Dad wins out. If you end up getting a nice boat or a camper or a side by side, the best way to protect it is put it behind a security fence, put it behind a privacy fence, hide that thing, keep everybody's nosy eyes and nosy neighbors from peeking in on what you got. So you bet. So if that's what you end up getting, give us a call. We'll come in and put you a nice fence, put you a security lock on there. Protect that great investment.
782-3936 is the number. Sean, happy Father's Day, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, when we return, Hog Update, more from Dave Van Horn, Cam Kochel, Zach Root as we continue on live from Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha for the Razorbacks in 2025. Do you believe?
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
4.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your customer buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cole Johnson with River Valley Smile Center. If you're hiding your smile because of chipped, stained, or uneven teeth, or you feel like your smile doesn't reflect how you feel inside, our dental team is here to help. We offer a variety of cosmetic and restorative dental services, from custom veneers to full mouth rehabilitation. We take pride in combining clinical precision with an artistic eye to help you feel confident and comfortable every step of the way. It's time to love your smile again. Call 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com to set up your consultation. Let's create the smile you've always wanted.
Sunday, June 15th is Father's Day, and Jelco Outdoors has hundreds of gifts for those special dads. Special in-store deals on knives by Case, Benchmade, Kershaw, and more. Keep Dad cool with a new cooler by Yeti and Yukon Outfitters. Select hunting and fishing clothing on sale now. New rods, reels, and compound bows would make Dad's Day really special. And Jelco gift cards are always a perfect fit. Jelco Outdoors, your Father's Day gift store. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forest Grid Incorporated, a company known for paying top wages and benefits, has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. For nearly 90 years, Forest Grid has built the foundations of the River Valley, and now you can become a part of that legacy. Apply now from any device at GoForestGrid.com. That's GoForestGrid.com. Do you finally want to get paid well for your work? Do you want to work for a company that treats you like family? Apply now at GoForestGrid.com. Forest Grid Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Spring is here, and Alma Tractor and Equipment has 0% financing up to 60 months on all New Holland 50 to 120 horsepower Workmaster and Power Star tractors, or cashback savings through June 30th. Whatever size acreage you have, we have a New Holland tractor for you. Stop by Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma and take advantage of these great offers today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. 107 down. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Pig Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home for one of their local pros? Call 888-8-SPARKY.
First off, as a coach, you got to get the right players. Yeah, the talent's out there and the experience, but you got to get the right ones. You got to get the right ones that really care. I'll give you a quick story. So, Root pitches Saturday, we win 4-3. Sunday, we get out to a good lead. We're going to win the game. We just got to get it over with. Our guys, they celebrate a little bit. Zach Roots had tears flowing. I mean, that kid, that's beautiful. That's what you want. You want guys that buy in, that they want to go. And so, you know, the transfer portal's tough. It's, I have mixed emotions on it.
How about that? Now, keep in mind, Zach Root at East Carolina. No other Pirates also got on the College World Series just like him. That's a program that's been close but hasn't gotten there. But you think about a guy that's been nails for you in postseason, did what he did against Texas, and then the emotions flowed out. I mean, we saw Dave's emotions flow out of him following the Tennessee win, Tommy. And Zach gets a chance again. You brought it up earlier. We talked about Arkansas lost that game 1, but Zach wasn't really on him. They were up 4-2, and then it just kind of unfortunately went the other way. So I'm going to guess that he's going to come out with some piss and vinegar tomorrow night.
Well, and it's a delicate balancing act, I would think, for Dave Van Horn, not to not to get his team too stoked up
Yep.
for this, not to put too much pressure, not to come out and press and overplay. Kind of like in golf, you don't want to overswing. You want to be in that sweet spot. So you gotta feel like all 8 of these head coaches know their teams, or they wouldn't be at this spot. They wouldn't be in this this moment. But it's about getting your team's emotions not too high, not too low, just Goldilocks, just right. So.
We also got a chance to hear from Jay Johnson yesterday and talking about Arkansas having to deal with what it's like as an opponent.
They're very talented on the mound. As good a constructed pitching staff as I've probably seen in my time in college baseball in terms of starters, relievers, arm strength, out pitches, pitchability, the whole deal. And I think they would probably say the same about us. And I think it'll make for a great game on Saturday night.
I mean, you've got 2 All-SEC guys, one's a first-round draft pick, and Cade Anderson. There's a lot to like from a rivalry standpoint. Johnson, DBH. We were talking about the same thing with Liam Doyle in here in Fayetteville this last weekend. So there's a reason they put this game at 6 o'clock tomorrow night on ESPN.
Yeah, and for Arkansas, the old adage is what? Good pitching always beats good hitting, but we'll see what gives in tomorrow night. Who's lineup, and you got to feel like if it comes down to hitting, Arkansas is deeper in their 1 through 9, and I think Arkansas is better 1 through 9. So if good pitching beats good hitting, it'll be interesting to see where that cracks along the way and for which team.
All right, keeping your hog update going this morning. We mentioned a little bit yesterday at the tail end of the show. Elmar Davasevic is a Bosnian center that is committed to Arkansas from the Adriatic League, so another 19-year-old coming over to play this next season on this Arkansas basketball team. It was confirmed by the SEC that Arkansas will play Louisville, as John Rothstein reported. This will be a December 3rd Wednesday night game, Tommy. Television network still up in the air, but we know it's going to be Wednesday night inside of the confines of Bud Walton Arena.
All right, so getting a little, piece by piece, getting a little more detail on the season. Louisville, ACC, you're playing Duke up in Chicago. I mean, you're starting to be able to piece it all together a little bit.
Last thing, we're going to be joined in about an hour from now by James McCann, former Razorback.
All right.
So we got a good guest that knows, as Colton put in our social blast yesterday, how to beat the LSU Tigers. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, a lot to get to as we continue on live from Omaha, Nebraska. We're at DJ's Dugout right across from the team hotel. Now, I know there's a lot What's up?
The team hotel? Okay.
Yeah, emphasis on ho, I guess. I was looking at something else in the rundown. It caught my eye, so I dragged it out a little bit. I know who's excited about this weekend. It's our buddy Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Larry, we got a lot going on here in Omaha, Nebraska, and I know you've got a lot going on. Contests, you're up for the Best of the River Valley in a couple cases, and the summer sales drive is still kicking on as well.
Yeah, we got it all going on. I'm kind of jealous of you guys. That's a great place to be, and hope the Hogs have a great series there against LSU this weekend. Summertime. Here it is. I mean, it gets busy, right? And we're really excited about it. We've got the summer sales drive going on at both stores, and that's discounts up to $5,800. I mean, we've stocked up the lot. We've marked those prices down. Go online and check it out. You'll see we've got cars that are very competitively priced, the lowest priced cars in the market in many cases, and they're the best cars in the market. Let's not forget that. These are road-ready certified cars with warranty, and so make sure you're powering that up when you're taking a look at some of the cars out there in the market and how they're priced. The quality certainly matters, and the service after the sale should matter. The Meineke Car Care Center is there to take care of you folks. They do a great job, and they've reconditioned these cars, so they already know the car. You bring it back in, you get your first free oil change, and from there, they're going to take care of you with special offers, discounts all throughout your ownership experience. And then you're going to have a car at the end of that that's worth more than it would have been otherwise, and we hope that you'll trade it back to us. And while we're talking about that, we need cars. Sell us your car. Right now is a great time to get top dollar for your car at Rath Auto Resource in Fort Smith or Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And then finally, we've got this big ale sale going on in Springdale. Not going to last much longer. We've sold most of them, but some huge savings on new Mitsubishis and road-ready certified vehicles with light hail damage up there in Springdale. So lots of great things going on. It's going to be a fun weekend. We hope you'll come out and see us. Rath Auto Resource in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. You can check us out online at rathauto.com.
Always something going on at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. Larry, have a great weekend, okay?
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one and go Hogs.
Morning Rush Daily Question is next.
Through kicks and deals, he struck him out swinging. This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush.
Presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It feels dirty. I feel used.
Yeah.
Feel used.
Yeah, for the first time in your life. Yeah.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials. You know Thursday is my personal favorite night. We're here every Thursday. Bucket special, hard to beat.
You got to love the bucket special. I mean, you come in, you can get 5 domestic bottles in a bucket for $15, and then you get to hang out at Papa's. It's a great deal.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. See, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
There's only one place to buy fireworks at wholesale prices. Hey guys, I'm Chris Brewer, the owner of USA Fireworks in Arkansas. The best way to purchase your fireworks show is at wholesale prices. Get more fireworks for your money at USA Fireworks Wholesale. If you're interested in purchasing a fireworks show at wholesale prices, send us a message on our website at usafireworks.org. That's usafireworks.org. Go Hogs.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Well, it is Father's Day weekend. So the question begs, what does Dad really want this weekend?
Peace and quiet, baby. Peace and quiet.
So you need to give that to your dad. Don't call.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Just leave him alone.
He got the conversation out of the way yesterday. He's like, let me call him now so I don't have to hear from him this weekend. Yeah, I think
so. He had to call you for Father's Day weekend?
No, he wanted to call me. I mean, I have written down on my planner, call Pops on Father's Day. And he just wanted to.
Me have to write that down, but anyway, carry on.
Okay, are we really going to judge me for always doing what I need to do? No, I don't think so.
Okay, fact.
That's like, what are we doing? That's why I write it down, because if it gets written down, it's going to get done. No, but I think, again, maybe I'm wrong. Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, 877-377-6963. And I am friends, obviously, with some younger fathers who have newborns or have 1, 2, 3, 4-year-olds. And what they ask for of their wife on this day is not necessarily to be with family. Yeah. They want to golf. They want to go watch a game with the fellas. They just want some peace and quiet, or just some relaxation with the guys. Now, as you age, that probably changes. My parents are now empty nesters, no kids in the house, so maybe they're going to see my middle bonus sister's taking her 2 kids and my brother-in-law through there this weekend, and they're on their way to the beach. So I think empty nesters, like you tell me this, you're not an empty nester, but I think empty nesters are more apt to want to have someone over for Father's Day, and then the ones that have kids are like, get out of the house, let me chill.
I think it depends on your on where your stage in life, your station in life. Colton, for example, this is your last Father's Day to not be a father.
That's a great point.
So I mean, I don't know how you're going to spend it, but you're welcome into the club. It's Father's Day for you as well. And you got one. You got one on the way.
I think that technically, I'm still a daddy. I'm not really technically a father yet. I haven't really gone through the trials and tribulations of raising a young man up in the world and bringing him through. But eventually, I will.
A sugar daddy?
And I think that I got my wife a gift for Mother's Day because it's her first time and everything like that. And I thought that was appropriate. So if she wants to return the favor, I'm happy to. We also are having a baby shower this weekend on the Saturday before. So we'll be getting lots of gifts.
What's your Venmo, Colton?
What's your Venmo? I don't have any Venmo, any Cash App. I don't do any of that stuff. No one needs to send me.
What's hers?
You don't either. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
What are you going to send money?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to freeload. We're on radio. No. We need all the help we can get.
Oh, please.
I get paid well for the job that I do. Thank you.
I gave you an opportunity and you missed it. I was trying to get you some more diapers and everything else.
Freeloading Ty.
Yeah.
Freeloader.
Peter
So.
Pan. And what am I missing? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to the Norfolk River. Me and my father-in-law and Dylan and Abigail are loading up here, sometime this afternoon and heading out to the river. So I'm going to fish. I'm going to watch basketball. Well, I'm going to get there in time to watch basketball tonight. We're going to fish as long as Jack, my wonderful father-in-law, is up to it. We're going to fish tomorrow, and then we're going to watch.
Nice.
We're going to watch golf. We're going to watch baseball. We're going to grill meat. And then Sunday morning we're going to fish, and then we're going to come home, and we're going to watch baseball, obviously Saturday night as well. So that's my weekend. Is we're going to do some fishing, we're going to watch some TV, and we're going to eat well.
Hey, listen.
And I'm going to come home Sunday, and I'm sure the house will be spick and span. There'll be a bone-in ribeye waiting to be grilled. Be rose petals from the garage into the house. I'm sure they'll have palm leaves waiting to fan me, and the foot rubs will begin. Somewhere around 4:30. I'm certain that's what they have planned.
You know what I found funny as I continue to age and things start to break down in life is the grandparents don't necessarily want to see the kids anymore. They just want to see the grandkids. It's like, I guess you can come. I guess you can come, but be sure to bring so-and-so, my granddaughter or my grandson. Not son, daughter, I'd love to be with you this weekend. It's like, make sure you bring my grandkid, which is just very territorial and very funny. All right, that's your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Brought to you, of course, by Cart Pass Social. Hey, great place to go this weekend for the College World Series. You can hang out, play some golf. It's pay per bait, not per person. And tomorrow, they've got the free family golf event with First Tee. Kids ages 4 to 14 can come by from 9 to 11 in Lowell tomorrow, 122 Grant Place, right across from Atwoods. They can decorate their own golf ball. Adults can decorate their own gloves. And it's a perfect way to introduce your kids to golf. Friends, families, all are welcome at Cart Pass Social. Go to cartpasssocial.com. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social.
So you're in Omaha. People are listening there on the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. My buddy Kevin from Van Buren, Kevin Bell, he is listening to the Morning Rush right now from Miami Beach, Florida. So there you go. So coast to coast, baby, it's the Morning Rush. So I guess he ran out of sand for his bag here. He had to go to Miami to load his sand bag up. So, and I hope you heard that. Yes, that was intentional, Kevin. So
okay.
Hope he's having a great time. That's a great Father's Day weekend, Miami Beach.
It was fun.
Get you some of that.
I was listening to halftime and Ruskin and Zach yesterday on the Hit That Line Now app, and got to take advantage of it wherever you are. We've got people that listen, in Japan, Australia, all over the place. So it's not just here in the States. It's all over the world here on ESPN Arkansas.
Last minute gift ideas. You had that Roback pair of shorts, and Colton, you had your Roback shirt on.
What did you end up pulling the trigger on?
I got some shorts. Ty, perfect gift would be go to Roback and use the promo code. Was it Rush25?
Rush25.
And you can get that last minute Father's Day gift, and it may be a day or two next week before you get it, but Dad would love something from Roback.
Yeah, or just for yourself. If you're a pops listening and your kids are pieces of and they didn't get you anything, you can buy it for yourself. So that's the way to do it. I had something you sparked, and I thought about it when you were talking about KB, and now I can't remember.
Was it the sandbagging part?
No, he's not the highest sandbagger, but he's up
golf
there.
term.
Oh,
since we are talking golf this week.
Oh, okay. You mentioned you mentioned us being in Omaha.
Yeah.
Just sitting down in front of us is a Louisville Cardinals dad and his 3 sons taking in Father's Day weekend. These are the first Louisville fans that I've seen. Guys, did you drive all the way from Louisville? We did. How long of a drive was that? 10.5. Okay.
Longer than us.
Are you gonna have a good Father's Day weekend with Pops, guys? Okay. All right. Well, y'all have fun this weekend.
Gotta love a one-sided conversation on the radio.
Yeah.
This is
well,
awesome.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, you're doing
here.
the people's work. That's right.
Trying my best this morning. But yeah, this is something we were talking. We were talking with the players yesterday. Or I guess I wasn't, but players yesterday, and that's what Cam Kozel was talking about. I don't know if I had that clip, but he basically said there's no better Father's Day gift than playing here at a park my dad's at and that our family's got ties to, obviously, and get a chance to do it this weekend. I mean, again, he didn't have we played the clip earlier, he didn't have an easy road. Like, he apparently wasn't good in fall ball, and now he's one of the best players on the team, and he's part of this squad that got Dave to his 8th College World Series here in Fayetteville.
I distinctly remember my father passed in October of 2015, but I distinctly remember he didn't make the trip with me to the 2015 College World Series that I was up there for that one, and but I distinctly remember sitting in the press box having a phone conversation with him about the game, and just several, as I was walking around downtown, and because he loved baseball so much. I don't remember what kept him from going, but I just remember how much fun I had, and I brought him back a hat, and so he loved baseball. So I think, is there a better father-son activity? I know we've been towards golf because it's a sport we've aged into as our primary sport, but father-sons, baseball, playing catch, all those things you do when you're younger. I can't think of a better way to spend a Father's Day weekend than at the College World Series.
No, and I'll point to the Razorback baseball broadcaster and our coworker Phil Elson, who shares a bond with his father Howard, and his dad's still throwing it nowadays in that league in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, I think about the stories that Phil's told on these airwaves about the connection with his dad. My connection with my dad, and obviously it's 3 or 4 months earlier, is basketball. Like, our Father's Day type of experience always was surrounded by NCAA tournament games. He enjoys listening to Phil and Bubba on baseball, and I don't know any other time he really watches it or listens to it outside of when Phil and Bubba are broadcasting.
It's a Fastball Friday headed into Father's Day weekend, brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in cutting-edge medical innovations. They've been doing this since 2018. They use regenerative medicine right here in Northwest Arkansas, taking the healing powers, the healing properties from your own body. So if you're aching in your back, your shoulder, your knee, your hip, wherever that joint is hurting, they take the lasting joint pain relief that's right from your own body and put it right specifically to the joint where you hurt the most, giving you lasting relief. It's cellular level treatment. So if you want cutting-edge treatment with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime, QC Kinetics can do it for you. 479-999-1234. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
You mentioned Cam being back home. Here's what he had to say about it yesterday.
It was a cool feeling. It's good to be back in Omaha. Give my dad a hug there on the warning track. I saw him pregame doing all the stuff to the field. I told him he should have mowed because the grass is a little long, but that's okay. But it's a great feeling to be back. A lot of kids, some of my siblings were in there, so it's just kind of cool to see all those little faces and smiles. It's cool.
And we brought this up earlier. How about the team in 8 minutes from now practicing at Cam Kojel's old high school? By the way, the Dick Hauser Trophy, I think, is also going to get announced in about 10 minutes, so you might have Vahiba Loy winning one of those things. What would you equate that to, like the Maxwell, Tommy? Or like just a really big award, not necessarily the college baseball Heisman like we consider the Golden Spikes, but still very revered when it comes to college baseball.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the O'Brien Award or something like that. But
something like that.
It is notable. So speaking of that, I heard Matt Jones from Whole Hog Sports on with Chuck and Bo this morning, and they were referencing back to that practice in 09. I was there in 09 when Eibner hit that ball in practice at that high school field, and it tracked down a minivan that was going past the field and broke the windshield out.
That's awesome.
I remember the guy was ticked, but me and Ruskin were there when that happened. Hey, last-minute shopping for Dad, go to LureNet.com. Load up his tackle box with Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. It's the site that has everything, including exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else, all made by Pradco right here in Arkansas. And every U.S. order over $35, you get free shipping as well. So treat Dad to some tackle box favorites this weekend, some tackle box treasures. Go to LureNet.com. That's LureNet.com. That's perfect for Father's Day weekend.
Well, we're treating you in another hour here from Omaha on the Morning Rush. James McCann joins us in about 35 minutes from now, so we'll get a chance to talk to a former Razorback, I believe was on that 2009 team. The Morning Rush rolls on next, live from the Emerald City.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6-inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, Lurenet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Picture it. It's a day like any other. You're stuck in traffic on Rogers Avenue during rush hour. You're just ready to get home and relax with your family. And then, just like that, your life can change in an instant. And you're going to need a lawyer to make it right. I'm Phil Votaw with Phil Votaw & Associates. If this happens to you, call me, 479-434-6200, or online at VotawLaw.com. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Storm season is here. Is your roof ready? Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They have the #1 certainty roofing company in Arkansas. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
Did you notice how many players they have that look just like Vitello? There's like 4 or 5 guys that look, dress, act just exactly like Tony V. It's pretty funny.
3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. I'm a patient there, and you can be too. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
He hit it over the video board. It's swimming with the fishes. ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, flooding could remain a concern.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas
The
football
weather is brought to you
begins
by In Good Spirits,
78
Fort
days.
Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt woods and irons, Ping G440 woods and irons, and TaylorMade QI35 woods. Lap putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Do you want to be home every weekend, use brand new equipment, and make a competitive salary? Then let me tell you about Lavorne Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, call 479-646-4685. That's 646-4685. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorne, Lovvorn lumber.com. Lavorne Lumber. Paying the bills, we'll take care of you.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
With grit and a passion, they take to the field. But Arkansas baseball still needs to be healed. The memory of foul ball still weighing them down. Yet this time they'll rise, wearing victory's crown. Every swing is a promise, every throw a vow. Defeat is behind them, it's victory now. For the Razorbacks' pride, they fight strong and brave to right the wrongs. This one's for Dave. Omaha Spotlight, where legends are made. The Hawks are here, their time is paid. In the heartland they gather, from far and from near. Each pitch is electric, the crowd full of tears. The Hawkins all here, no Tigers around. In Omaha's glory, true champions are crowned. We play for the glory, we play for the pride. Those Bob Walker fans, stay by our side. The train's in our town, we're feeling brave. We'll win this championship, do it for a day. Through every end, through every play, we're giving our all. This is our day, holding that trophy. It's our time to say, this one's for you. We did it for Dave.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
I don't know if there's a better hashtag or phrase that this team and this fan base could have heading into this weekend as Arkansas embarks on the journey here in Omaha, Nebraska, once again at the College World Series for the 8th time under Dave Van Horn and the 12th time overall. It is hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. We're going to be joined by James McCann here in about 25 minutes from now. Tommy got a text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. BJ and his family are on their way to Omaha from Kansas City, and he's listening to us on the Hit That Line Now app, which you can listen to us anywhere across the United States or anywhere else for that matter.
Yeah, our buddy Kevin's in Miami Beach listening this morning. We love getting these shout-outs from you guys, so call or text us. Let us know where you're listening on the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Try the new Cravings Value Menu, 10 items to choose from, priced at $3 or less. It is a Fastball Friday. We got rain here at the Busch Light Studios right now. What's it like there in Omaha?
Man, luckily no rain. We got beautiful weather outside. I want to say it was like 80. It's 76 right now, Tommy. It's going to be 80 around 12 o'clock. I know Phil's going to be here momentarily to get ready for halftime and everything else. So it's weather's pretty pristine here in the Emerald City.
All right, Fastball Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine, cellular level therapies. So if you got out of bed this morning and you kind of had to roll out and you know, do it the way you've got to do it because your knee, your back, your shoulders, your hips. Sometimes if I just sleep wrong on my shoulder, man, you sleep too long on one side, you can get up and it just hurts a little bit. Well, I mean, imagine dealing with that every day and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, now there's a way without surgery, drugs, or downtime when you go to QC Kinetics. Give them a call for a free consultation, 479-999-1234, 999-1234. For QC Kinetics. Baseball today, it starts this afternoon. Ty, I know you're looking forward to to being there for these games today on the other side of the bracket. Which of the two games are you most looking forward to watching today?
Probably the Coastal game. I want to see between those two teams who can take it. The Chanticleers, I've got them winning, one of the hottest teams. And we've got to ask, like, well, how hot is Arkansas right now? It's like, well, the other 7 teams are pretty hot to get here as well. But of the two, it would be Arizona and Coastal, which gets things going here at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. It's just the city has a championship feel. It has a buzz around it. It's been my experience. People tailgate. There's a Hilton or Hampton Inn rather, right across the street from the ballpark, kind of by the statue, caddy corner, and there was Hog fans tailgating there. I remember on my last trip, and the town it's kind of amazing how this whole town of Omaha gets behind this one event and pulls for it, and a lot of things don't unite a full city, but this event kind of unites Omaha as a whole.
Yeah, and it's similar to, it has a Hoover type of feel, and the Hoover's regional with the SEC tournament, but Omaha hosts this. We've talked about the swim trials before. The NCAA tournament occasionally comes to the Chi Health Center, which is directly in front of me right now, probably 300 yards away. And then Creighton, the college, is here. So there's not those are kind of the main events that come, but again, this is every year. This isn't every other year. This isn't every few years. This is something that people can look forward to. And the benefit of that, Tommy, like we always talk about, it's like you can plan out. Now, Arkansas doesn't always make it to Omaha, Nebraska, as we know, but at least you know where you're going at this time of year rather than having to figure out where tournament games and NCAA tournament or bowl games for that matter.
Are you going to go see the Oracle of Omaha? You can go get some wisdom and knowledge from him?
Now, you're going to have to give me a background on that. I was thinking you were talking about the LSU statue that was outside.
No.
What is the Oracle of Omaha?
That's Warren Buffett. It's not a statue. Okay. It's a him. It's one of the most brilliant minds in America, Warren Buffett. Hometown, Omaha, Nebraska.
Does him and Brian Windhorse, I guess, live here too? Does he still live here?
Who?
What a comparison!
Yeah, Brian Windhorse, Warren
Buffett.
That's almost the same thing.
Kyle Peterson lives here as well. So he is housed here. He actually
been there his whole life. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Still lives in a small home that has a high fence, but
I'm gonna
one
guess
of the richest men in America, there in Omaha.
I'm gonna guess that he doesn't have time for a sleazeball like myself. So I don't even know if it's worth my time to try and breach his premises and get to his house.
You go to the office and say, "Hey, here's all I've got. Will you invest it for me?" He's made many people millionaires many times over. So go soak up some of that knowledge.
Have you invested? I haven't asked you this. Speaking of investments, have you invested in a bet on this team earlier in the season, midway?
Well, I don't think Warren Buffett would call it an investment, but
there's payoff.
Take a risk. No, I have not taken a risk on this team in the social gambling market.
I've heard some feedback from people that have done it that got Arkansas way early, before the season, after the season, and stuff, and they got some fat tickets that they could be cashing if this thing gets to next Monday or the following Monday or Tuesday, depending on how Arkansas is at. I think we both agree there is more pressure on Arkansas in this game tomorrow night, despite LSU being a favorite in some places that you looked at. I think if I'm an Arkansas fan, I've talked about it all week, I have a lot of confidence in Zach Root, who outperformed Cade Anderson last time. Here's what Root had to say yesterday on facing the Tigers.
I feel like we were going to face LSU at some point in this next week and a half or so why not just make it the first game and get it out of the way?
And that's what you heard Jay Johnson also say about Arkansas. It's like we just felt like that we were going to play them at some point in time. Now, not only do you have a great pitcher that's on the mound for you tomorrow night, but you've got some hitting. And it was interesting to hear Dave Van Horn talk about, Tommy. I don't know if you heard him speak to this, but just this team and how they can win games sometimes hitting the baseball. Did you get a chance to listen to him yesterday? Like, they've won games this year by scoring 10-plus runs, and they didn't necessarily have that at their disposal and in their arsenal last year.
Yeah, but do you think when you look at the two lineups, Arkansas 1 through 9, and what LSU has been to this point in their lineup, hey, listen, what you've been in the regular season and even in the postseason doesn't mean that's the way it's going to translate to Game 1 of the College World Series. But you feel like the edge all the way through the 1 through 9 hole, it has to favor Arkansas. I mean, you look at LSU's numbers and batting averages, and they've got a little more of a thin spot in their lineup than Arkansas does.
Yeah, I think, and that's what the element that Arkansas has the advantage of, like you're talking about, and they have it virtually over every team in this in the College World Series. And what you're hoping is that pushes you over the top. Again, you didn't have that last year. There's no black hole like you were talking about in the lineup this season, which I think is very encouraging for this baseball team. What do you think? We're live in Omaha, Nebraska at TJ's Dugout. Thanks to our friends at Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks, Rudy's Texas Barbecue in Fayetteville, First Star Bank, and McLarty Daniel wouldn't be here without them as well. You were talking about tailgating and stuff. I know one of the issues that you probably had to deal with and others, there's not always a ton of parking here, Tommy. Nope. And parking always seems to be, and I always get complaints directed at me from Arkansas fans while we're here. It's like, where do you park around here? Like, I can't find anywhere to park. So that's something people have to...
my last trip there, they had some distant lots that shuttle you over. But, unfortunately, they're counting on you staying in a lot of the hotels downtown, which I don't know what the parking is. I stayed in Boston. It was $70 a night to park the car, but I'm sure it's $30 or $40.
Hold on, say that one more time.
$69 plus tax to park the car.
To park
while staying there as a guest, So, I mean, that's the problem in downtown areas anymore. Number one, the rooms are already really expensive in Omaha, but generally there's, I don't know what it is. I'm going to say $40 to $50 a night, maybe a little more than that. I doubt it's any less than that to keep your car at the hotel. And, that's what they're counting on a lot of fans doing is staying downtown. All those hotels are full. You check the hotel market. I'm sure it's $300 to $500 a night right now, maybe more.
Yeah, we got lucky being that we had the media discount or whatever. But I mean, I've talked to several of my friends that are here and several other Morning Rush listeners that on average are spending $350 to $500.
So I mean, if hopefully you're at a hotel within walking distance would be number one.
Yeah.
But I do know they've had lots in the past where you can park much more affordably than that, and there's shuttle buses over to the ballpark area.
I'll tell you what, when we talk about this team being complete, as we kind of drift back into the actual on-field competition, Tommy, it was asked, I think the first question asked of Dave yesterday was his team being the best fielding at 984. I think when we put emphasis on the hitting, I don't want to de-emphasize the pitching staff that has one of the best ERAs in the country. I don't want to de-emphasize the fact that they're one of the best defensive teams in the country on the back end, behind Zach Root, behind Gage Wood, behind every other pitcher that steps in that mound. And I feel like, I don't know if that's maybe what our listenership has picked up, that like they're not as strong in those areas. No, their hitting is just abnormal. And I say abnormal. That's not a correct way to characterize it. They are as good as they've been hitting the ball top to bottom under Dave Van Horn. In addition to having those elements that you've had pretty much every year since he's been here, now they're really good at hitting too.
Yeah, and there's been a lot. Last year I remember a lot of calls and texts that we took complaining about, the cold hitting at the wrong time, and that's baseball. And, people wanting to change. We hadn't had enough calls praising Nate Thompson and what this team has been. At the end of the day, it's still about. And we played a clip earlier from Dave Van Horn. It's still about getting the right players. It's still his job is to recruit and get the right players on the lineup. And I think they probably, when you look at the success of this team and getting back to Omaha, it's about what this coaching staff did in the offseason to put this collection of talent together. That's what this is really all about.
Here's what Dave said on that.
We just kept going, ooh, yeah, here we go. And I think it made us tougher. It made us stronger. I don't know. These guys, they just, I wouldn't so much say chip on their shoulder type team, but just really determined team to play and not have the season end because they like playing, man. They want to play. They want to win. It's been fun.
Again, the portal aspect of this baseball team, where your ace is a transfer guy, your Golden Spikes Award finalist is not a transfer this past season, but the one before. You think about, I think it's 8 of 9 guys in your starting or in your batting order are transfer players, and then you have the staples here in Arkansas like McIntyre and Wood and and some of the other guys that are vitally important to your team and camaraderie and everything else. So it is how college sports works nowadays is completely separate. And you heard Dave say earlier, it's like he has mixed feelings about the transfer portal, but they have benefited exponentially from this year's class.
Yeah. Brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. They've opened a second location in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. It's right across from the courthouse. Of course, they've got home base in Fort Smith as well. So Sebastian Crawford, anywhere in Arkansas, Eastern Oklahoma, you've got a great lawyer that can help you through family law matters, car wrecks, slip and falls, dog bite cases, and a whole lot more. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. That's mocklegalsolutions.com. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price. Should we also give some credit to Hunter Yurachek and the Hunt family for, is this the dividend of their investment a few years ago when Hunter Yurachek arrived? He had a sit down with Dave Van Horn. They identified needs, and the Hunt Center was, that idea was put on a fast track. They raised the money. They got it done. Part of, tying into what Dave Van Horn said about, getting the players is having the facilities. No one can top the facilities you've got. Jeff Long and Dave Van Horn clearly had a disconnect. I think the administration being on the same page and giving Dave what he needs, this is the dividend of that. You got the players because part of that's the pitching lab. Part of that's that building. That's what pushed you over the edge. So, I know no one likes to give the AD a lot of credit around here, but, that's part of it because the previous AD wasn't going to make that building happen.
Yeah, I think what you said is accurate. And our buddy Phil Elson just popped in here, so he would probably be able to give you a much better detail on that. By the way, he did bring the fly. Hold this up for our audience, Tommy.
I'm a little nervous you even touching the thing.
He's got it in a canister, it looks like, for this fly that him and Bubba have been having.
Fly was the case was constructed by, and I'm sorry because I've never met her. I don't know her name. Charlie Liggett's wife.
Okay.
Dr. Charlie. She made that, and so when I was in Barling yesterday for the show, on my way out of town, that was the first stop, and now the fly is hermetically protected.
There we go. So Tommy, I don't know if you heard him, Phil, but he's talking about maybe there was a disconnect in terms of the facilities with Jeff Long and there seemed to be a push from Hunter and
from day one. I'm going back to his day one, Hunter Yurachek's day one. Phil, they put that building on fast track, and that's what's helped get the lineup that you needed, the pitching you needed. It's put this roster. It's been a part of putting this roster together.
Yeah, I mean that Hunt Center is unique. There's no doubt about that.
This is the dividend. Being in Omaha is one of the dividends of that investment out there in right field.
Well, there's a lot of programs that have an indoor facility, but there's not a lot of programs that have two indoor facilities, which is what Arkansas has. The Fowler Center was being built the year that I started doing the radio broadcast in 2015, and then the Hunt Center, I think we're on our third year fully with it. And I mean, look, if there are major league teams that sent some of their front office people to Fayetteville to look at the Hunt Center and get a look at this, and maybe they want to construct the same thing, how do you think other players across the country feel the same way? I mean, that's for kids that are making their decision out of high school as where they want to start their career, and anybody in the transfer portal. But the facilities are just part of it, and you have to have people that know how to use those facilities properly and how to take the information that you can get from all of that high tech and turn it into usable data that then becomes executable during the games. And all the last couple of years, you had guys that had the same things right there for them. It just didn't always execute into games in the postseason. So it's all these things that come together, but the facilities certainly stand apart from, I think, everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's been there a few years now, a couple of years, but what has it been, 3 seasons now? If time flies, since they built the Hunt Center.
I think it opened in 22.
Okay.
I think that was the year that it opened.
It was the inaugural year.
So I mean, sometimes these things take I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just saying it's part of everything that's gone on to get this program back to Omaha.
Well, it's like it's a sustained growth
in a championship position.
I think a sustained growth. You want that with any successful business. You never just want to stand pat, and I think that also works with the facilities. Now, I don't really know if you can continue to put money into new facilities or even if you necessarily need them right now. I think the next things that happen at Bohm, if it does happen, is some kind of expansion
more seats.
of seating.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're going to expand any seating, there will be suites that go along with it because there's a waiting list for suites.
That means the roof's coming off, more suites are going up, and seats are going on top. Means we're going to have an upper deck at some point.
Hey, if I can travel with a fly that's protected from the outside by this lovely little dome that Charlie Liggett's wife made for us, we could dome Bohm Walker Stadium, right? Protect the fans in the field the same way.
Baseball's meant to be played outside, man.
Of course it is. That's why you have retractable roofs.
Oh, you're thinking real big.
And so, I mean, they thought it was crazy the first time you had a retractable roof for a Major League Baseball stadium. You guys remember which one it was? It was Toronto.
You're asking me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you. You weren't even allowed. It was Toronto. It was Sky Dome.
I want to say the Astrodome, but that wasn't retractable exactly.
Well, now you have them in Seattle and in Milwaukee and I guess I don't know if you'd say Miami is, but I don't know.
Tampa retractable.
Well, there's a difference between being retractable and being destroyed.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't retractable. But I'm joking. You can't really do that to a college park. Or can you?
I was
Cool.
in the SEC, maybe you can.
Phil just put it in the ether for the athletics department to at least.
Yeah. Let's divert some of that Razorback raffle money towards a dome at Bohm Walker, right?
That seems like
Makes
a great
perfect sense.
Seems like a great investment for about 35 games a year. Yeah.
Phil, Tommy was asking me earlier. We had some Louisville fans walk in. We got some Arizona fans. Have you seen a collection of pretty much every fan base since you?
Well, I just
arrived?
got in here. I stayed across the river last night at Council Bluffs, and so I just got here. The first fans I saw some Razorback fans walking down. I think they're going to the first game. They were on the way to the stadium, and then as I pulled into the Marriott just to see where I'm supposed to park, the first people that come out of the hotel are wearing Oregon State gear, and I mean whatever. I don't have
PTSD.
No, there's no PTSD over that. We've been here twice since then.
Is your brother-in-law still an associate out there? Or
No, he's the AD at Western Michigan.
Okay.
All right, he's got a natty this year. They're the national champions for hockey, Western Michigan University.
Okay.
I'm way outbalanced in the family here because my brother-in-law, Dan Bartholomew, has worked in college athletics for a long time. He worked for Jeff Long at Pitt. He grew up in the same neighborhood that I grew up from. And so he's got two natties. He's got the 18 baseball natty with Oregon State because he was second in charge then. And now he's got this national championship for hockey. So I'm outweighed 2-0.
I am talking to a broadcaster of the year and a Jewish Hall of Famer, so you've got him there.
Well, he's not Jewish, so he can't go into that Hall of Fame.
Oh, man. All right, we got James McCann coming up here in about 5 minutes from now.
Did you know it's his birthday?
It's James's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that. Thank you.
Way to do your research.
Of all things, okay, hold on.
I don't think that's the thing you'd be looking at.
Hold on.
Right?
Of all things to research and think about asking a former Razorback and a stud, birthday doesn't come to mind.
I'm
Thank
sure it
you
wasn't on
very
his
much.
Wikipedia page or anything
Jeez,
like that.
Tommy, this is just bringing back old times. Just old times. This is just me doing ties prep for him, just like I did for 2 years.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
yeah.
I kid.
All right, well, we'll
Phil,
get to
happy Father's Day. If I don't get to talk to you again, happy
to you
Father's
too.
Day.
You too, Tommy. Absolutely, it's a special day. If I'm not with my kids on Father's Day, chances are we're here in Omaha, so it's all right.
There you go.
Bittersweet, I guess.
That's right.
Bittersweet. So, all right, Phil, coming up with Matt in just a minute. A great place to spend Father's Day would be Gaston's White River Resort. Maybe it's too late for this year, but think about that for maybe next year, or maybe that summer birthday, or maybe that 4th of July weekend getaway. I know a lot of weekends are starting to book up at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. 870-431-5202. Head out to Gaston's this summer. That's Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Root kicks and deals. He struck him out swinging.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Ty Richardson for Eastside Liquor, your number one stop for the Hogs Run to Omaha. Every watch party, every event, they can take care of you at Eastside Liquor. Need your favorite beer or seltzer for the Hog Pen? They've got it all at Eastside Liquor. Stop by and see Dave and his team at 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Did I mention it's lake season 2? Regardless of the lake that you spend your summer, the only place you gotta stop before is Eastside Liquor.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Into the second deck at Citi Field. The former man takes his revenge on his own team in his first game back here as a visitor. This one is smoked to straightaway center field, and the leader is on. McCann with the single. McCann crosses it deep left field. Will it stay fair? You bet. Inside, this is former Arkansas Razorback James McCann, and you are listening to the Morning Rush.
Oh, we know. We're bringing in a guy that knows a little something about beating the LSU Tigers with his walk-up song this morning. We're going to be joined by James McCann momentarily here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Tommy, we're still live in Omaha. Phil's right next to me as we get ready for Arkansas and LSU tomorrow here at DJ's Dugout.
Yeah, looking forward to talking with James in just a second. First, a word for APAC and Standard Materials Group. They provide all the top-quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete that you need for your job site. Whether it's a residential project or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered, and no job's too big or too small. So if you need their construction consultant services, they can help you keep your project on track as well. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC And Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
James, luckily I'm next to a guy that's very knowledgeable about Arkansas baseball, and he alerted me that it's your 35th birthday today. So happy 35th, man. We appreciate you giving us some time here on your birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What better present than watching the Hogs open up this weekend in Omaha? How about that?
I know it. Actually, I remember we played in Omaha on it would have been my 19th birthday, 2009.
That make you feel old?
It yes and no. It feels like it was just yesterday, to be honest with you, but I know it wasn't. So yeah, it does make me feel a little old.
And that was James. You were a freshman that year, right? Because Dallas and Bolsinger. That's the team 2009, correct?
Correct. Yep. Dallas was the Friday guy. Smiley had come into his own. Cox at third, Eibner in the outfield, Wilkins at first, Shepikaw, Levitt, Andrew Darr had the big hit in the Supers. It was a fun team.
So give us a player's perspective, James, what it's like to be here, take it all in. You got Cam Kozel, obviously, who's a guy that's from here, got a few other Razorback connect. What is that like, James?
Man, it's really, there's nothing that really compares to it, to be perfectly honest with you. It's what you work for the entire fall, the entire spring, and to have it come to fruition is they're memories that last for a lifetime, but from the player's perspective, it happens so quickly. And I don't know, maybe it's because I was a freshman when it all happened, but it's just such a whirlwind going from, winning a regional to winning a super regional. All of a sudden you're in Omaha, and then, regardless of how things go in Omaha, it's just such a special week. I hate to say it, but I probably took it a little bit for granted being a freshman, thinking, hey, we'll be back, especially with the team that we had built. And, we didn't make it back while I was there. We got knocked out in the Supers the next year, and then I think the next time they went was 12 the year after I was gone. But it's just such a special time, and words really don't describe it, to be perfectly honest.
We've adopted the phrase or the hashtag "Do It for Dave." As a former player, what would it mean for you to finally see your baseball head coach slide on a national championship ring?
He deserves it. I remember the first time that Coach Van Horn called me. He was the one that recruited me. He's the one that came and saw me play out in California, and I had a good relationship with him while I was at school. I still have a good relationship with him, and
all in there.
One of the most storied baseball careers as a college baseball coach, and he's just missing the most important thing. And it's time for him to get that national championship.
As a former college player and a long-time professional baseball player, what does it take to get to this point? It's about keeping your body healthy. It's about a little bit of luck. It's about being really good to begin with. But what all has to come together to get you to this point and then to last for a while in Omaha?
It's depth. It's the depth of the team. You hit the nail on the head when you said the health part. You got to have a fully healthy squad. Your hitters have to come through in the big moments. The guys that have carried your team up to this point have to continue doing that, and then you need the production from the least likely of guys that when they come up in a moment, and not necessarily surprise you, but come through in a moment that maybe they haven't come through in the past. And then the arms, it's going to take every single arm on that rotation. I feel like every time you look at a national champion, they have that freshman or that sophomore that maybe has only pitched 10 or 15 innings throughout the course of the year, and all of a sudden they throw a 3-inning shutout to close out a game, and everyone's thinking, man, where'd this guy come from? So to get to this point, you obviously had to be good, but it's the health and then getting production from the top guy on the roster to the last guy on the roster.
Talking with former Razorback catcher James McCann, affectionately known as McCannon, here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Tigers, White Sox, Mets, and now a member of the Atlanta Braves organization. James, I want to ask you about the catcher position. We mentioned, obviously, your time in Omaha, maybe taking it for granted as a freshman. So Ryder's a younger guy. Played some last year, hit 179. He's hitting over 350. I know you're obviously focused on your season, all that you're trying to accomplish, but and maybe a conversation or maybe what you've watched him in, what can you tell us about the growth and maturation of Arkansas's catcher this season?
Yeah, no, I've been able to follow. I've heard great things about him. I've actually never met him or been able to speak to him, but one of the things that is so difficult about the catcher position that a lot of people don't understand is just how many different things you have on your plate. The most important thing is running that pitching staff, is calling a good game, is managing the pitchers. You're not only a player, but you're a psychologist on the field. You're finding out what makes those pitchers tick and how to help them have the most success possible. So a lot of times offense gets put on the back burner. I can't tell you the number of times across my career where you get pushed out of a BP group to go catch a bullpen, or you miss out on a little bit of cage time because you got to go do something, with the pitcher. So from that standpoint, the offensive jump that he's made from last year to this year is incredible, and I hope for him that it continues. I hope he still got several big hits left in him this year, and then wherever his career takes him beyond this year, I'm sure the things that he's learned there at Arkansas, and both from the coaches, but also just from an internal perspective of figuring out how things work.
You mentioned your California roots earlier. I think about Dominique Fletcher, a kid in Gabe Gackle. He seems to be a guy like who's expected to be the alpha pitcher this year. Starts initially there. Roots kind of taking that on, but Gack's probably been the number one guy out of the bullpen. Is he the guy that really could be as instrumental and as useful for Dave Van Horn in these next few days as a guy out of the bullpen for this baseball team, James?
I definitely think so. Like I said, the teams that go on to win a national championship, the guy that's your bona fide ace, the Friday guy, he steps up in a big way. Your Saturday guy steps up in a big way, and then after you get through the first two starters, a lot of times it ends up being a bullpen type day, or I think that this Arkansas team this year has a lot of depth, so that there's a three starter, is more than just a number three starter. Mm-hmm. But I really do think that you can always look back and whether that you just have to cover so many innings in a shorter amount of time than what you're used to. Someone is going to have to step up and do something that they haven't done earlier in the year, and they're going to be a crucial part to winning ball games.
So, James, outside of getting a win tonight, what is on the itinerary this weekend for your 35th birthday?
Oh man, honestly, it's just another day. We actually have a doubleheader today. We started a game last night that got rained out, so we've got a doubleheader, and then we got games the rest of the weekend. So.
Work.
Yeah.
So you talked about health. When you reach your mid-30s, you're not a spring chicken in Major League Baseball. What's your routine? How do you keep that body, those knees, those ankles, those hips that get all that stress from being behind the plate? How do you keep your body in proper condition to catch that many games a year?
It's a lot of preparation. It's long days at the field. A lot of people don't realize this, but for a 7 o'clock game, a lot of times you're there, 1 o'clock, starting to prep, starting to get your body ready. It's a lot of post game work to help start that recovery process. Ice baths and hot tubs, and then the big thing that I've learned over the course of my career is sleep and nutrition. Those two things are you can't beat those two things when it comes to taking care of your body and giving your body the best chance to recover and stay healthy.
James, I want to ask you about the origin of McCannon. I'm going to guess it has something to do with your hitting prowess, but you remember the first time that maybe a broadcaster or newspaper writer called you that? Does that ring a bell at all?
I do. It actually started my freshman year. at Arkansas. It was opening weekend. We were playing Washington State, and Keuchel started the game, threw well, and I don't remember why or how it came about, but I came in as a defensive replacement, first game of the year, and I think it was a one-run game. I'm not real sure. And in the ninth inning, they get a guy on, and I guess Keuchel's dad in the stands commented like, "Oh, great, we got the freshman catcher in. They're going to run all over him." Something along those lines. And we ended up with a strike him out, throw him out, and he was the one that first called me that. So it was actually Dallas Keuchel's dad that came up with it in the stands, and somehow it made it to me, and it's kind of stuck ever since.
Yeah. It's an earned nickname, Tommy. It's an earned nickname.
Tigers to White Sox, Mets to Orioles. You're now with the Braves organization. Talk about dealing with all those transitions. I mean, that's the life of a pro athlete, is going from city to city and dealing with that. But same time, there's family. It's still packing up everything you own and moving it to another place. And now you're working within the Braves organization.
Yeah, it's baseball is a funny game when it comes to changing teams. You just kind of know that's part of the business. You know that you look across the league, and there's not very many players that get to start with one team, one organization, stay with them for their entire career. Especially the longer you play, the likelier chances you have of ending up with a different team. So, I've been very blessed to have a great support system, from my wife and my family, and the friends and even coaches that I still keep in touch with. Guys from Arkansas like Clay Goodwin, Coach Van Horn, the coaches that had been there when I was there, Chris Curry, Todd Butler. So having that support system is crucial to. You're dealing with constant change, even when you're in the same organization. Like you said, you spend 6 weeks in one town for spring training, then you go, you get sent to. In the minor leagues, you get sent all over the country. In the big leagues, you go to your home city, but you're still on the road every other week. So, you got to have that support system. You got to have the people that you can fall back on, and so I've been very blessed to have that.
Well, happy Father's Day weekend. I know you got ball to play, but I'm sure you'll take a peek at the Razorbacks every chance you get.
I will have them on and be getting score updates in the dugout when we're playing and they're playing at the same time.
That's a former Razorback right there. James, appreciate the time this morning. In addition to Father's Day weekend, happy 35th, brother.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on Woo Pig.
That's former Razorback James McCann joining us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. And I like the end part there, Tommy, when he talked about the support system and stuff. And you think about it, he obviously was teammates with Dallas Keuchel. Not only is it the coaching staff and guys that are still on that campus, of course, Dave Van Horn spearheading all that. There's a lot of major leaguers, too, that Arkansas and guys in the minors that are teammates or you run into and stuff. So that support system goes well beyond just your college playing days, like James was talking about.
Fun stuff, fun conversation there with one of the greats from Arkansas. Arkansas, kind of like tight ends in football. You had a run of great ones, great centers. You've had a pretty good run of great catchers at Arkansas over the years, and he is maybe chief amongst all of them. I know a lot of you are headed up. We've gotten a lot of text this morning from people listening on the app and in Kansas City, somewhere between Kansas City and Omaha, maybe already there. One of the places we invite you to stop by is Barley's Bar and Grill. They invite all the Razorback fans to come and eat and watch other College World Series games. They've got the best food and craft beer that you're going to find on their historic 100 block in Council Bluffs. So it's just right across the river, full-service restaurant, sports bar. You got a lot of sports going on this weekend in addition to the College World Series with the NBA Finals tonight. You got golf all weekend. You can find their website at barleysbar.com, just like you'd think it was spelled, B-A-R-L-E-Y-S, barleysbar.com. Looks like a great menu. It's more than just a grill. Looks like a great place just to hang out, maybe have a fresh, hazy IPA or something. Their bartenders pride themselves on making tasty and interesting cocktails, and you'll find it there. And you enjoy sitting inside the air conditioning and pay $4 for a beer and not $8 at the ballpark. So it's all at Barley's Bar and Grill. 11 to 2. They're 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. I guess I should make that note. So they're open really late. Kitchen closes at 11. It's at 114 West Broadway in Council Bluffs, Iowa. You can find them again online at barleysbar.com.
You know, one of the elements of that conversation with James was his love still for Arkansas, not just the baseball team. And I heard a little bit of it yesterday, not just from Cam Kojal and also Zach Roop, but just this wasn't as emotional as we heard DBH following the win over Tennessee last week, but there's definitely something there. Let's take a listen.
Although most of the kids that we've got from other places have come in here and had almost their best years, and they've signed, and it's gone great, and they come back and work out at our place in the off season. So I feel like they bought in and they love being a Razorback, and that's important to me. I've been there for 23 years now, and I went to school there and coached there. I want those kids, when they leave, to feel like I feel about the school. It's tough as a coach these days. And I know how tough it would be if you were at a really good mid-major and you lose 4 or 5 of your players every year that you can't build around them. It'd be super tough.
So you heard right there, it's like, I want this place to mean what it means to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded like in that conversation from James, who again is a Cali guy. Like you got Gab Gackle from Aptos, California. You've got kids from all over the transfer portal that are coming in. Cam's obviously from here in Omaha, but this school and this baseball team and this staff, based on what you've heard from them, means a lot to this squad. No question.
Do it for Dave. Need to do it for Dave because just like James was talking about there, and you just hear it in Coach's voice, with the emotion of what this institution, what this program, what Fayetteville means to him. We all come from somewhere, but Fayetteville has become home for a lot of people that weren't from Fayetteville but came to school here and made this their home. A lot of athletes come back and make Arkansas their home even though they're not from here. So I get exactly what he's saying, and you got to stay in a place long enough for it to become home, to put roots down. And you hear what he's talking about with the transfer portal and mid-major programs losing those key players. Arkansas is fortunately not in that boat. It's a Fastball Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. At QC Kinetics, they can show you a better way to relieve joint pain. If it's in your knees, your back, your hips, your shoulders, if they're hurting and you can't get the pain to stop and your doctor's told you surgery, drugs, and downtime are the only way, there's a better way with cellular-level treatments that give you lasting joint pain relief. 479-999-1234. You can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life this summer with QC Kinetics. 479-999-1234 to learn more about this revolutionary treatment and to get a free consultation. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
You mentioned your Father's Day festivities going to the river. I know a lot of people will be taking in the College World Series with their son or their dad or their grandpa this weekend, whether it's on television or listening right here on ESPN Arkansas. Still got the U.S. Open on. You pointed out that Arkansas and LSU will face off after that concludes on Saturday, so you don't have to worry about trying to figure out both of that. So there's plenty of things happening this weekend. For dads out there, and it's a great weekend. As we know, we got a lot of dads listening right now. You guys are appreciated for everything that you've done. I'll give a shout out to my pops, who I would not be the man, in some cases a very feminine man at times, without his blessing. That's not his fault. That's not his fault. That's my fault. There's the bad parts of myself and my personality are my fault, and all the good parts in my. I guess I'll give him credit for my work ethic or his upbringing and teachings.
All right, couple programming notes. Phil and Matt are coming up. Phil's there at DJ's Dugout. We'll have more throughout the day. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, our pregame show, and then following the game tomorrow night, we'll break it all down for you. All of that available on the Hit That Line Now app and these ESPN Arkansas stations. Our coverage in Omaha presented by Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. By First Star Bank, your hometown bank. For all your first, it's First Star Bank. By USA Fireworks, Arkansas's #1 wholesale fireworks company. Go to usafireworks.org. By Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. This should be Rudy's Barbecue and Country Store. Barbecue, you don't want to hide it. Go to 4084 MLK Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time. And by McClarty Daniel, Find your next ride. It's never been easier to find your next ride and experience it for yourself at McClartyDaniel.com.
Tommy, the Arizona contingency is taking over here at DJ's as they get ready for their first game. So we'll see who ends up coming out of that. But we got a lot of Arizona fans in front of us right now.
Well, it's going to be a fun day. I'm a little bit jealous because I get to go watch some games today, and then tomorrow going to be a full day. Omaha's a magical place to be these next week or 10 days or so.
Hopefully Arkansas's here for about 2 weeks. So that's going to do it for our programming today. For Phil Elson, I'm Ty Richardson again. Live coverage in Omaha, as Tommy just said, all hopefully week long next week. As long as the Razorbacks are in it, we will be here. So coming up, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, sticking it right here on halftime. Stay with us here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and our Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Again, pre- and post-game coverage before the game tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to do it for us. Ty Richardson signing off.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholar